Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and everybody in between. Welcome to Backfire Simsport TV. I'm Clyde Whiting, and tonight we are back in GT4 TCR Challenge action with round 5 from the fantastic Long Beach circuit in California. In the booth with me tonight, out on bail, is the one and only Sir Alan. Good evening.
Good evening, Clyde.
And also in with us tonight, doing the cameras, but he will be very, very quiet because he's feeling a bit poorly. It's Mr. Sam Boozing.
Good evening, everybody.
There you go. That's enough from Sam. So, Alan, Long Beach. Now, I know you like this track. I know you've been out and done some laps tonight. Tell us all about it.
Oh well, that's easy. It's absolutely blindingly fantastic track. It is. It's dangerous. It's exhilarating. It's quick, and it encourages close racing, and it's got the room to deal with it. So I think we're in for a real treat tonight.
Right. Well, just off there, exhilarating. That's got far too many letters in it for use on BSTV, so we'll change that one. It's certainly dangerous, I'll give you that. There is absolutely, well, no, I was going to say absolutely no room for error, but there are a couple of areas of the track that are a bit wide and will help you out if you go wrong. But we haven't raced this track in this series since way back in season 4, which would have been 12 months ago. And if I'm right, we may only have had maybe the Porsche GT4 and the TCR as an Audi. We may have had the BMW then, I can't really remember. But Tyler Newitt won it in won the GT4 class in his Porsche, and Chris Shaw won the TCR class in his Audi. And from what I can remember, Alan, I don't know if you remember watching it. My memory is rubbish, as we see and hear Gary Craig scrape the wall. The racing was absolutely fantastic. Because it's not easy to overtake round here, is it? You've got to set people up for a number of corners before or a number of laps before, and then sometimes you just have to send it and hope that the other driver sees you sending it and gives you room to complete the send.
We've just been looking at that hairpin. As far as I know, that's the most dangerous hairpin on iRacing. It's certainly the tightest, hairiest one that I know of. And if you hash it and it's very difficult to get it right, you've got a very long, slow sentence right down through the main straight, past the pits. And then you've got a wicked left-hander that gobbles people up, and that is the first harvesting point for wing mirrors on that wall there. And then we've got this really tricky technical section, second gear corners, hurtling around there. And then we've got a bit more wing mirror harvesting, but it's a lot of straights, a lot of hard braking. The braking and the corners are obviously the overtaking points. There's plenty of room on the tracks side by side, and there's draft on the straights, and the corners are close enough that people should be able to hang on. A bit like last week where we had people be able to hang on in groups forming. I think we'll see similar here today. And it's quick course, of course. You'll see a lot of wall scraping and a lot of damage to cars, I think.
Yeah, I'm sort of wondering, whether the nature of this track is going to keep everybody bunched in one big bunch, or like you say, whether we're going to get a number of groups of drivers that are bunched together and then possibly all come together again after the pit stop, because we see that happen quite often.
Well, the pits could be crucial here, and the entry to the pit lane is awful. It's just a hole in the wall, and the exit from the
track.
Well, I don't have to like the pit lane entrance, and I
Can't love
don't.
something and then call it awful.
Well, the pit lane entrance is a tragedy. This is not much better. It took the whole of the result.
Sound like you're in the band Steps now with Tragedy, and I don't know what is going on. Evening to Marco Lewert on the chat. So we are currently in the 15-minute qualifying session. We are coming up on the 6-minute mark. Currently, Wobbly Kneecaps leads the way in GT4 with Rob Venn, and a guest appearance from Yaz, not Yaz Samai, currently sits in third. So there's obviously something very weird going on, although Chris Needham has just got into third, so that's starting to look a little bit more respectable. I start to think that Yaz's wife may be driving his car. Now he's dropped down to fifth, so maybe Yaz might be in the car. In TCR, Sam Blees currently leads the way, back from his horrific footballing injury of a broken toenail. Stephen Lucky Walker is currently sits second, and Shane Powell in third. So qualifying round here, Alan, is it all important? I guess it is.
I think it is
important, isn't it?
I think it is quite important, Clive. Yeah.
Yeah, just because it's so difficult to overtake.
Yeah, it's like you say, it's a tactician's track, you know, and it's if you can keep tight, it's very hard to get past you. So these guys will be trying to hold their line and trying to keep it very neat and tidy if they can. It's tricky though. These corners are wicked, and I've got to say the TCR dives into them with its front wheel drive. It just loves them and gobbles them. It's beautiful. And I didn't try the GT, but I imagine that they're going to be quite a handful around here.
Yeah, especially on exit, I would have thought. And there's, the track has got 11 turns. It's a smidgen under 2 miles long. So, I have a feeling we may see some weird and wonderful pit strategies tonight. Let's get the viewers up to date on the standings after round 4. So, Drivers' Championship GT4, Simon Trendle leads the way with 296. Wobbly Kneecaps is second with 248, and Stefan Goebel is third with 238. In the TCR Championship, Stephen Lucky Walker leads the way with 270. Russell Cowell is in second with 234, and Spencer McCarthy is up to third with 222. In the Team Championship, Team Chimera, Jamie Wilson and Simon Trendle lead the way with 526. Spectre 6 are second, Matt Elmore and Stephen Walker, 479. And Spectre 6 Hyundai, Russell Cowell and Shane Powell, third with 425. Driver of the meeting, Simon Trendle leads the way with 4 votes, Jamie Wilson second with 3, and then equal third, Carl Hardy, Sam Blees and Matt Elmore all on 2 votes. In the head-to-head, we're getting towards the end of the group stage. TCR Group 1, Spencer McCarthy, Gary Craig lead the way. TCR Group 2, Matt Elmore and Carl Hardy. TCR Group 3, Stephen Walker and Russell Cowell. TCR Group 4, Shane Powell and Sam Blees. In GT4 Group 1, Stefan Goebel and Jamie Wilson. And GT4 Group 2 is Simon Trendle and Wobbly Kneecaps. So that's everybody up to date. We've got about 5.5 minutes left of this qualifying session. Let's have a gamble and put some commentator curses on people, shall we, Alan? Give me your 2 class winners.
Oh, 2? Okay. Well, it's hard to bet against Mr. Blees and Mr. Trendle, isn't it?
Yes.
I mean, but I don't know. I'm going to go for Stephen because I'm thinking he's feeling lucky tonight.
Again, that's not a bad call.
What about? Oh, I'd like to see Mr. Needham do well tonight, so I'm going to go with Chris.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the top of that GT4 leaderboard at the moment, and I know Wobbly Kneecaps goes well around here if he doesn't hit a wall and rage quits. But I'm looking at Rob Venn at the moment, up there in second place. He's a very steady, safe driver.
Yes, yeah. Well, that's a good shout, I think. Actually,
he's doing really, really well.
Good pace.
Yeah, no, TCR. It's so hard to pick. Incidentally, nice to see Martin Brennan back. I think this is his first race of the season. Where Spencer McCarthy? See. I do like a punt on Spencer because I do think he is an aggressive driver when needed, and sometimes in this series, because the talent level is so high, you do need to be aggressive. However, we know stuff can happen round here, and I think you're right, Alan. If something's going to happen around here, there's only one man that's going to take advantage of it, and that's Lucky Walker himself, isn't it? So, yeah, it is so difficult to pick, isn't it?
Well, it's very speculative with the conditions around here. There will be offs, and with the walls being in such proximity to the racing line, damage is almost inevitable. The walls around here are famous and lethal.
Yeah, and these cars, they're a bit strange, aren't they? Because you take a front hit or a rear hit, and you can pretty much carry on as if nothing's happened. Clip the wall with the front wheel, and your front wheel could be off and overtaking you.
Yeah, you pick up a lot of damage to the front suspension just by whacking one of these things, and it's the racing line just brings you so close to walls. You can see here with Carl. Or was that Ollie? No, it's Carl. You can recognise the wheels. Yeah, the natural racing line brings you so close to the walls. You don't need to get it wrong or very far wrong to be here. Look at this. You see this? This is wicked there. You see the way that sticks out on the left-hand side there? That's absolute harvester for mirrors.
Yeah. And did you notice how safe Carl played that then? He was nowhere near the wall. He's got
it sticks out, Clyde.
At least half a second a lap in him if he actually tried.
Well, he's just lulling you into a false sense of security.
There is. I've just noticed there is something very, very strange going on the leaderboard at the moment, and I can pretty much guarantee as soon as I say it, it's going to change. But Jamie Wilson is out qualifying teammate Simon Trendle, I believe, for the first time this season, although it's not over yet.
Wow, well, yes, not over yet, as you say. And let's face it, there's not an awful lot in it, is there?
No.
How much is that in time?
That is 400ths of a second. No, sorry, I was looking 500ths of a second. There's another weird one as well. Why is Gary Craig in? Where is Gary Craig? Why is Gary Craig in 8th? I expect Gary Craig to be, I'm going to say minimum top 5, but
yes,
he should be top 3.
Well, I'd love to see him in the top 3, I must say. But yeah, no, you're right. A top 5 driver every day of the week. So
yeah, the Powell Cowell bromance are going well in 3rd and 4th.
Well, look, they're going very well. Look where they are, sitting 3rd and 4th. That's good in for them, isn't it? I think.
Ooh, Simon Trendle has come into the pits. That means Jamie Wilson has out-qualified him because the checkers are out.
Well done, Jamie.
Russell Cowell is not lighting up anything special. Shane Powell's on a good lap, currently in third. Oh, there we go. Gary Craig puts it on fifth. No, Shane Powell quit his lap, so whoa, Matt Flannery, there's a wall there. Stephen Walker, Sam Belize. Where is... I think they've both finished their laps.
You probably can't find the pit entry.
Yeah, that is certainly something we need to look out for, isn't it? When drivers start pitting. Let's see who gets the pit entry wrong. So we will wait for the session to click over, and then we will bring you your official starting grid. As normal, 60-minute race. Cars are fuel limited, so they will have to pit at some point. As we just said, keep your eyes open there, because there could be a few mistakes getting into the pit lane. Or that could just be Alan having trouble getting into the pit lane.
Look, Gary's pulled to fifth, so there you go.
Yeah, so he, although, I still think there's drivers out of position there. I think Shane Powell, Russell Cowell have done ever so well to qualify ahead of Gary Craig and Spencer McCarthy.
Yes, I do as well. We'll have to see what happens there.
Well, it's going to be fun. Yaz, not Yaz, qualified sixth, just in case anybody's interested.
Great to see him on the track. Yeah, great to see him on the track.
Okay, so your starting grid for GT4s, wobbly kneecaps for BSTV Esports Pink goes off in pole. Rob Venn, BSTV Esports goes off second. Jamie Wilson, Team Chimera in third. Simon Trendle in fourth. Chris Needham goes off fifth. Yaz Samai sixth. Stephen Goebel in seventh, Dan Blake in eighth, Jason Kylie Haddington in ninth, and Rick Hedgehog in 10th. In TCR, Sam Blees for Alpine Stars Geodesic Racing goes off in first place. Stephen Walker goes off second, Shane Powell in third, Russell Cowell in fourth, and Gary Craig in fifth. Spencer McCarthy goes off sixth with Martin Brennan in seventh. Matt Elmore in eighth. Carl Hardy in ninth. Princess Pete goes off in 10th with Matt Flannery in 11th. Ollie Ricks is 12th with David Ayres 13th and Andy Littler in 14th. So 24 cars, 14 TCRs, 10 GT4s about to take on this hour-long challenge on this track that hates cars and likes to kill them. Now, I fully expect, Alan, these TCR drivers to be very, very sensible and give the GT4s as much of a gap as possible, just in case anything kicks off in the GT4 field.
Naturally. Absolutely naturally, of course. Goes without saying. He said. It's going to be difficult, I think. You saw really great manners last week of people. So let's see if we see more of the same and people trying to make room. Look at this.
TCRs are stacked up already.
You've got two ways around here. You can either come in and try and get it tight with your nose against the apex,
it's all going pear-shaped at the start.
Oh, spinning round.
I could be wrong, and Sam may be able to show us this later, or he may not.
Oh,
that was Rob Venn and Jerry Wilson. I have a feeling a couple of the GT4s couldn't get round the hairpin on the pace lap. Anyway, we are off.
Old tyres are lethal for a couple of laps. And the cars will understeer, so you can see wall action if we're not very careful.
Yeah,
In fact, it's happening already.
Here we go. Let's have a look. This is what it looked like to me coming up to the hairpin. Stefan Goebel got
Dan struggled.
Yeah, that was Dan. Who did he turn? Was it Jason Haddington, I think, wasn't it? Yeah. There's Kylie. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it was just a stack up from there. Oh, and then that's two safeguard teammates getting into each other.
He didn't see Carl, did he? Coming in from the left, he didn't see him.
No, it was Carl that went round. Anyway, let's get back to this race. Because of that, we have got a massive breakaway in the TCRs. The top 5 have got away by a long way.
Oh, well, that's very interesting. Look at this. So we're going to have 2 separate races between those.
And this is what happened to Rob Venn. I don't know if it was it Jamie or was it Simon? No, it was Simon. I do apologise. I think I called that as Jamie first off. And Yaz, I think, got some damage out of that as well. I think that was just 2 cars wouldn't go into one space.
Well, they got around there very sweetly.
They certainly did. So, yeah, top of the GT4 field is quite split at the moment, but we've got this 5-car breakaway at the head of the Oh, and who's that? Was Rick Hedgehog. Just died a horrible death in the wall.
Oh, he's got bad damage to the car by the look of it.
What did he do? Did he hit that nasty curb? No, he didn't. He just understeered through there.
The tyre wall.
Yeah.
The classic. It's so easy not to get the braking right after the long straight. It's as fast as you're going on the circuit there, and it's a very difficult corner.
So after all that, obviously Stephen Walker managed to get the lead from Sam Blease. I think Russell Cowell was the biggest loser out of that lot. But there's a long way to go.
Yes.
Marco
We're making...
Marco Llewellyn on the chat has asked for a full course yellow, but we do not throw them unless the track is blocked and the cars are not likely to move. It is up to the drivers themselves to police the start. So that's Stefan Goebel coming back through the TCRs. This is where the GT4 drivers have to be very, very patient and pick the correct moment. Evening to Marco Nemela on the chat. That's 2 weeks on the trot, I think he's been alive. Yaz putting some pressure on Chris Needham. Yaz nearly made the first ever overtake in his career then.
They could be going like this for a very long
hello.
time. Who's that?
Hello. That was Andy Littler, I believe.
Oh, Andy.
Looked like he had an argument with the wall.
I'm sure he'll resolve it.
And just to answer Marco Namela on the chat, yes, it does actually feel like you haunt us.
So, is Stephen getting a gap here?
I don't think so. I don't think so. Sam Blease is harder to get rid of than chlamydia.
They're coming up on Dan, I think. I think I saw his car in front.
Stefan Goebel showing a lot of patience behind these three.
Well, he's probably right to do so. He's probably thinking they're going to make a munching mess of each other at some point.
Yeah, and just to prove you right, Alan, there's nothing wrong with your 97-year-old eyesight, because that is indeed Dan in front of him.
Wow.
You would expect Dan would be able... I don't know what's going on with Dan. That's a weird one, isn't it? He first race last time out with us, and he was lightning quick. Whether he hasn't had any practice, or maybe just this track doesn't suit him.
Well, he got hung up, didn't he, on the first lap?
Yeah, but
At the start.
To be fair, he was nowhere in qualifying, was he?
No, but yeah. So it's disappointing to see him being lined up to be lapped so early. So I think he's had some kind of an issue, because that isn't about pace. You know what I'm saying? That's not about pace.
I suppose he could be down on top speed because of the damage, but then maybe you would expect him to pit. Maybe it's just going to take him a little while to get into a rhythm. Matt Flannery goes past Princess P and just manages to hang on to it. Hello.
There we go.
Here we go.
That's a bit of a mess. So there was Dad now in the middle of that. So now we know how that's going to sort out.
Did that track clear? That is the question.
Oh, Chris.
Yeah, it's got by.
Oh, he's sitting there like a sitting
Up
duck.
the corner, and there's a Porsche stuck there, and that is the TCR leaders.
Shane Powell got by.
Well, I think is it Stefan Goebel actually got past the TCRs there. I think he misses everything. Oh no, he didn't. Oh no, that's not missing everything, is it? No. Somebody did.
Well, let's hope these cars aren't damaged, and we're back in action.
Yeah, all change at the top of TCRs because of that. Shane Powell is your new leader, with Gary Craig in second and Spencer McCarthy in third.
Oh, that was a shake-up.
Stephen Walker has dropped to fourth. Sam Blease in sixth. So the track is biting people already. And that is one of the, I'm going to say problems, but one of the things that can change everything on a track like this is somebody else has an accident up the road. You come around the corner, you can't see it, and before you know it, you're in it. Who was that? Sam Blease.
Sam was in the wars.
Sam done. He must have been carrying damage.
Oh dear. That car looks a bit worse for wear.
That car's not turning at all, is it?
It's in the pits now.
And straight in the pits, yeah. What did he do? He's carrying a lot of damage from that other incident.
No.
The car just wouldn't turn.
But at least he didn't get any
Oh!
further.
And then Rick decided to do exactly the same thing. Okay, so 11 minutes in and it's a topsy-turvy race already.
Goodness me. It's non-stop, isn't it? You just don't know where to look.
Look at this for a gaggle of cars.
I want them to settle down, but I don't, really, you know.
No, and to be fair, sometimes a messy race can do wonders for the league. You know, drivers will have a paddy, a discussion, a fit, an argument on Discord, and next time out, everything's a lot cleaner.
Lovely paint on that car. Very purposeful.
So that was Spencer McCarthy getting past Gary Craig up to second.
Well, that was a good pass.
Pete Bingham has managed to stay out of trouble so far. Matt Elmore now going to have a go at Ollie Ricks. And there's a lot of GT4s behind the TCRs now. That's going to make things interesting as well.
Oh, Andy's out. Oh, unfortunate Mr. Littler. So, look at Mr. Brennan.
Yeah, Martin Brennan is currently 6th, is he? Yes, he is.
It's range 6. There's a gap there now, though. Look, a fair old gap developed. But Martin's doing very well. It must be his suntan.
Let's see if I can sort my timing tower out. And
Ollie and Matt are going at it.
Hey.
Oh! Guns missed his breaking point. But no damage done. Go so much speed down here. You're going as fast as you go on this circuit, and then you have to get the braking perfect on this corner. It's so easy to understeer. And then you have this tight technical second gear section. You're throwing the car around. There's a lot of energy involved in this. You can see the way the back ends of the cars are coming out. People really throwing the cars into these corners and trying very hard, and there's a lot of grunting and sweating going on.
Yeah, you can't beat a bit of grunting and sweating.
Well, that's what I always think. Oh, I expected to see him bunched up, but not quite this order, maybe.
Yeah, it's fascinating at the moment.
A race. Oh, that corner's, it's wicked. Even when you're trying hard to miss it, you still give it a whack.
Like you say, that hairpin is just unbelievable to try and get round.
Oh, yes. You lose so much time there if you don't get it just right. The chap just in front of you gets 3 car lengths out of nowhere, seemingly, because you're carrying that poor exit from there all the way around the outside of the track, and it's penalising you all the way.
So, 15 minutes in, GT4 Wobbly Kneecaps leads the way with Jamie Wilson in second, Simon Trendle third. In TCR, Shane Powell leads the way with Spencer McCarthy in second and Gary Craig in third, although Gary is under a lot of pressure from Lucky Walker. Chris Needham doing Buffalo Girls go round the outside. Cuts in front of Gary. Gary did well to stop there.
Yes, well, it's right in a good position now, isn't he? He's sitting.
Yeah, and we've not seen anybody on top of the fountain yet. That's always a plus point.
Yeah, I'm glad you said yet.
Evening to Chris Jackson on the chat, who is hard at work, you'd have us believe.
I had a job like that once. I used to get paid to play pool.
Really?
Yes. It's called a youth leader.
Ah, right, I see. So at the moment, Gary... Oh! That was so close to a commentator's curse. I was just about to say Gary Craig is putting up a stout defence, just as he almost got it all wrong.
Yeah, just a wheel on the curb and it could have been tragic. And it could well have carried through here. Looks like Stevens got him.
I think he gave that up, to be honest.
Yes.
Oh, Stephen Walker was so close to that wall. And that one. He must have a special narrow Civic tonight, is all I can think of. Oh. I'm wincing every time I see something go close.
He's got pace, look at this. He's got good pace.
Oh, he's definitely got the pace, yes. But he's got a... Shane Powell has got a 6-second lead, is that?
I don't think it's enough.
It is a 6-second lead, yes.
If the guys behind him work together, I might be able to do something about that.
Oh, Stefan! There's a mirror. There's a mirror.
Oh, there it is.
Wheels pointing north, east, south and west.
Great damage model. He's down there opening up the mirror anyway.
To be fair to Stefan, I did... What did he put in the chat? Something about this not being his track. Yeah.
He went a long way around there. Lost him in place. There's two ways around that hairpin, but one's quicker but harder.
Yeah. Chris Jackson is getting all sexual on the chat. He's after a light kiss.
I'm sure one of these gentlemen will provide.
Well, I don't know. Have you seen how ugly Chris is?
Well, we're looking at David now.
Oh, well, yeah, talking about ugly, yeah. Yeah, I don't think our league drivers would win any beauty contests, would they?
Look at the state of the commentators. Great to see David still on the track. He's having a bit of a run. His electricity and everything's working.
What's going on here? Pete Bingham putting pressure on somebody.
Really? Come on, Pete.
See, this is the battle I want to see. These two are teammates, good buddies and are constantly taking the pee out of each other. And I think if Jamie Wilson can finish in front of Simon Trendle, he may be able to dine out on that for about 6 months.
I bet he feels pretty good at the moment to be just sat in front of Simon. I bet he's making himself nice and comfortable there.
Oh, Ollie's made a mistake there.
Oh, there you go. There you are. That's what you wanted. Car over the in the foliage.
Oh, GT4 leader is now up on this group as well. Wobbly kneecaps. Ollie gets out of the way.
Wobbly's great in the traffic. You can thread the car through the eye of a needle.
So this is what happened to Ollie. He's got in there too hot.
Too hot.
Oh, he's got damage on the front left, but I think the wheel's pointing in the right direction.
It's no wonder he's in the foliage then, is it? Oh dear.
So, Wobbly now behind Matt Flannery and David Ayres.
It's having to be patient.
Yeah, and if these two don't fight, they could claw some time back here. Oh, Jamie!
Well, he hasn't got any damage.
I don't think he touched. I think he was very close to having some new stripes on his car. I think he might have to give this one up, though.
Oh, it's a breaking fight. Look at this. Who's gonna go? Oh, nobody's giving in. Were they really going to try and go side by side?
Rule 1, don't take your teammate out.
I bet that's pretty exciting where they're sitting there.
Carl Hardy sitting behind him is probably thinking there's going to
he's
be a
laughing.
track blocked by Aston Martins in a minute.
He'll be loving it.
So Bowman on the chat decided he doesn't like this track. Mark Draper says he's sorry he's not here, but he's been dancing or something along them lines.
Oh yes, that would be his daughter, won't it?
But that's what he says.
Ah.
I think his daughter went to watch him dancing.
That's just a bit of who was that?
So,
Staying
Steve
alive.
Walker is up with Spencer McCarthy now. Spencer not making too many inroads into Shane's lead. And if Stephen can put Spencer under some pressure now, that'll give Shane the chance to pull away a little bit more. Coming up on 25 minutes. And it's been all action from before
Yes.
the green flag.
Yes, it's settled down a bit now. We've had a bit of peace and a bit of consistency. People will be glad of that, I'm sure.
I think you've just put the mockers on that.
The guys have got their eyes in now with this track, I'm sure. And, they all want to get to the end.
So I think the pit window for GT4s might be open on the basis that Rob Venn is now in the pits and he was carrying some damage. So
Okay.
I'm guessing he now believes he can go to the end from here. Gary Craig now under pressure again, this time from Russell Cowell, fighting his way back up.
Well, they're going to have fun.
Well, Gary's, to be fair, I think we see it when Stephen Walker went past him. Gary will give up a position if he knows the car behind him is quicker, and ultimately, if they battle, they're going to slow each other down. Gary will let the car go as to not ruin his own strategy.
Yeah, he's a thinking driver, is Gary. He analyses situations, but I'm not sure what the performance difference is in these two. I don't think there's an awful lot in it, is there?
The cars or the drivers?
The drivers are. I don't know what their lap times are like.
Yeah, they're. Yeah, 4/10. Russell quicker than Gary. This seems to be a track that both Russell and Shane enjoy. Although I have been banging on for many weeks, as we see Simon Trendle in the pits, possibly trying to do the undercut on teammate Jamie Wilson. But yeah, Shane and Russell have been big improvers, and I've been expecting for a long time for them to be hitting top fives and podiums on a regular basis. Something that myself and Pete will talk about on the all new and improved Poopcast coming up on Sunday the 24th. We are going to be talking about who has been the most improved drivers in the leagues.
These got a good battle going on here. Is that going to be slowing them down? Does that mean Mr. Power's going to be getting well away?
Well, I am watching the gap, and it's not. It's been. Oh, that's Matt Flannery round. Yeah, the gap at the top of TCR's hasn't really fluctuated much over the last few laps. He just caught the inside, didn't he? Which pushed him out to the outside, and then I think his car was broken.
Now.
It's been sat just under 6 seconds. TCR lead.
He's very comfortable with that, then, isn't he? He's not moving now. He's not under any pressure or anything. So
Simon Trindle doing the undercut, but he's got some TCR traffic.
Yeah, he's got TCRs.
Yaz Samai also in the pits.
Everyone's getting a bit smoother getting through the hairpin now. I'm glad to see. Dan's in the pits.
Yeah. I'd see Dan turn horribly right there. Didn't expect him to bounce off the wall, forgetting that the pit entry was there.
Yes. Hello. I've got 2 round. Yes! Fantastic.
Chris Jackson said he's really excited for the Poopcast return. We've got some new features in that, which is got to be good fun.
Good fierce battles here for 2nd and 3rd and 4th and 5th.
Now, this battle is heated up, and Shane Powell has managed to pull a second over the last couple of laps on these two. So I'm sure he'll be watching his relative, and he will be very excited.
Yes, yeah, he'll be comfortable and doing his best to keep it clean. I've noticed, you need to take your time on this circuit. You can't really, in these cars, you just need to be a little bit patient.
Yeah, well, normally on a circuit like this, you would say, if you keep it clean for the whole race, you're going to have an absolutely fantastic result. But the caveat to that is, you know, the talent on show on track. You know, if you keep it clean, you're going to get a good result, but it might not be a fantastic result where it would be in other leagues.
Yes, I think that's fair
That
enough.
gap is now over 7 seconds.
Yes, yeah, I think they're very hard to play, aren't they? So I don't think they're unduly concerned about that. They're having a good time.
Let's have a look at best laps. Yeah, not a great deal in the... Oh, hello, Dan. Hello. What's that, cold tyres on the Macca? Just come out of the pits, hasn't he?
Great paint on that car. He certainly stands out in the crowd.
Yeah, I'm just watching the gap again. It's still at 7 seconds.
People are getting a bit smoother going around the hairpin now. It's good to see. But that agitation's gone. People have got their grooves. Are you grooving, guys?
So Marco Namela is starting on me on the chat, saying that he's been waiting a long time for the poop cast to come back, and that I said soon in spring 2020. That was an iRacing soon.
It's going to arrive before the rain.
Yeah, I hope everything arrives before the rain, because that
Me
is
too.
going to be a nightmare.
Oh, no. I can barely get round on a dry track in the sun.
Well, that's what I always say to everyone, Alan. You know, people are going, oh, we want rain, we want rain. Let's see if you can get round the track in the dry first, before you start screaming for rain. So, who is that? Simon Trendle behind
Simon.
another two. This could be playing. Oh, there was a touch there by Spencer McCarthy, but I think he got away with it.
Yeah, well, he's under a fair bit of pressure here, isn't he? I mean, he's driving very well considering...
Yeah, I'm just wondering how much time, if any, is Simon Trendle losing behind TCR traffic, and how far will that play into Jamie Wilson's hands?
Thought Stephen was going to get a bit of a tow through there. He was trying.
So we've had a message from Biggie Morello saying rain will be like the bottom split in iRacing. I couldn't agree more. Sam Blees
hello, what's
got
this?
a very, very poorly car.
Well, at least he's driving into the pit, so that's... Oh, no.
No,
he's
he
had to pull up.
can get that far.
Ah, that's unfortunate.
Well, no, he's reversing down the track. Oh, no, that's just Sam. Oh, it's sad. Again, so many people do that, don't they? They try and be greedy on the inside, and it just throws them to the outside.
And
right, what we need,
waiting.
Caps, has been in the pits. Jamie Wilson is in the pits now. Where is he going to come out in relationship to teammate Simon Trendle? There's Simon. Jamie's out.
Ooh.
Jamie has got, I'm watching the number come down to 1.5 seconds. He's got to stabilise about 1.5 seconds. 1.25. Yeah, he's probably pulled a second there.
Well, they're racing together again, aren't they? They're going to be glued, I presume. If he can just make the contact. He's got cold tyres, of course, now, so it's a disadvantage.
Yes. I'm sure Simon's going to have the laser sights on the back of the car. Mark Draper, after watching Sam's little incident there, says it's so easy to do that. It certainly is. and I think we've all done it. Me, probably more than most.
I've done it getting out of the car park.
Right, what's that gap now? I'm struggling to see because they've got GT4s between them. 8 seconds, I believe it is now.
Wow.
TCR lead. No pressure at all, Shane Powell, but he's just come into the pits.
Yeah, nice comfortable pit stop.
Stephen Walker has stayed out. Spencer McCarthy has pitted. Gary Craig has pitted. So Stephen Walker getting an extra lap in, and it could be a quick one if he's got no traffic in front of him. That's wobbly kneecaps coming round to lap Chris Needham and Dan Blake. Let's see what this gap is when they come out of the pits. Let's remember it was 8 seconds. Wait for them to do a lap and then see what the real gap is. Pete Bingham has been in the pits and out of the pits. Currently is dropping down a little bit, 8th place at the moment.
They've all been now then.
Well,
Except for... Oh, Stephen's in the pits now.
another mediocre drive from a mediocre driver. Right, Simon Trendle. So he's now under, yeah, just under a second, I believe, behind teammate Jamie Wilson. Spencer McCarthy, after that pit stop, managed to knock just about a second out of Shane Powell's lead.
I don't suppose Shane's going to be losing sleep about that. Oh, look here. It's just awkward coming out the pits.
Oh, I don't know.
No, I think it was okay.
It looks like Spencer was sliding into the wall.
It did. Fingers crossed he got away with that.
We'll get a good view from here, I think.
Well, you can see it's a
Spencer
tricky one.
Here on the left.
It feeds in if there's any other traffic.
I think he did. I think he's touched the wall there.
Right. It's terribly easily done, I'm afraid. Especially with the cold tyres.
So, just over 20 minutes to go.
These guys still going at it, hammer and tongs. Look at this. Fantastic racing. Oh.
Slight mistake there from Gary.
I think they're so close that you know, there's whoever's in front just can't get away, can't break the toe.
Yeah, I think Russell's got him now. Leading TCR 7.5
Can Russell
seconds.
Can Russell pull away now and break the toe? That's the question. Has Gary been really doing a great job of blocking and holding him back, and it's been
Martin
see.
Brennan doing well up there in 6th. We've not seen him make any mistakes yet.
I've got my fingers crossed for Martin. Really want him to do well. He's doing fantastic. This is a brilliant drive, I think. I don't think I've ever seen him drive being in 6th place and keeping hold of it. So, I've got my fingers crossed for him.
Sam Blees on the chat saying, well, that did not play out how I'd hoped it would. No, but we know it's a tricky track, Sam. I've not even looked where we are next week, but I will do.
Mr. Ears has got it all over the Pieman at the moment.
Yes, and they are chasing down Princess Pete.
Ooh, well, they'll be motivated for sure.
Really, they should just get to him and punt him out of the way. He's a rolling roadblock anyway.
Come on, Martin. Keep it safe, mate.
Yeah. Ooh.
That's it.
Good lad.
Yeah. Well done.
Keep out of the way. Let go. Don't ruin your own lap time. However, who is that just behind? That is Matt Elmore, isn't it? Catching it up. He's going to have a fight on his hands soon.
Yes. Matt's got pace.
Well, we saw that last week, didn't we?
Yes. Well, that's going to be interesting. I have to keep an eye on that, see what I can do with that. Oh, what's the gap at the moment?
Oh, what's going on? How has Simon Trendle got past Jamie Wilson? Jamie's going to be...
Team orders or bribery? What do you think?
I don't think it's team orders, because he's having to go back.
Bribery, then.
I think he has, as you know, he hasn't. I was going to say I think he's got it, but he hasn't. But he's going to get a good run out of here.
Collected the wall, hasn't he? I love to see these two going at it. It's they race hard. It doesn't matter that they're mates. And well, I think it's partly the allure, isn't it? You'd love to. It's great racing against your friends. It's great. You take chances. You can drive in really close because you know you're not going to get problems.
It's great when you finish ahead of them. It's not so great when you don't.
Oh, this car got in front of David.
He certainly has.
Come on, Mr. Ayres.
Stephen Walker back up behind Spencer McCarthy. Flying the flag on his own for Geodesic at the moment. Well, Matt Flannery is still on track, but he's a lap down.
Still sticking in. We like that. Here to race.
16 minutes left. I don't actually know, Alan, where these hour-long races go, because you look at it and you've started, and then you look again and people are pitting, and then you look again and you've got 15 minutes to go.
It's not hard for me to want to watch sim racing. Polino.
I do like to watch this back the following morning at work, just to see all the bits that I missed.
Yes, well, it's an awful lot goes on, and a lot of it goes by me, of course. So it's happened and gone, and before I've even noticed.
I think a lot of it, there's that much action, a lot of it goes past everybody.
Yeah. It's non-stop. But it's great to see these two going at it. But, you know, Cole's doing a good job of keeping up with them for a long time. He kept them inside.
Well, to be fair, there's not a great deal of lap time difference. You're only talking like a second and a half between the GT4s and the TCRs.
I think this track really suits the TCRs, you know.
Yeah, they go well on the tight, twisty ones, don't they?
Yeah, so I think they're using every bit of their advantage at the moment.
But Stephen Walker's certainly putting Spencer McCarthy under pressure. That gap to Shane Powell still sitting at 8 seconds.
Well, they're holding it. I should imagine that Shane's just not he doesn't need to press on. He just needs to drive steady, doesn't he?
Yeah, hold station. Manage the gap. Hello.
You know, Yaz is doing great, isn't he? 4th, and Dan, that's in 5th. It's great to see Dan's got still there in 5th, and Yaz is doing great, isn't he, on his drive out tonight?
Yeah, I don't. Maybe we have somebody on the chat that could tell me if I'm right or not, but is Yaz doing Ramadama Ding Dong again? Which for the uneducated like me is a festival where you don't eat anything, I think, during sunrise to sunset, and then you put on 17 stone overnight.
Like religious festivals, there's always seems to be a lot of feasting involved, doesn't there?
Yeah, I must admit I do wind Yaz up quite a lot because they do have a lot of festivals and they always involve at some point a lot of eating.
Yeah, I'm all in favour of that. I like my Christmas dinner as well.
Hello, Sam Belize is back on track, is that?
Yeah.
Or yes, he's got his repairs done.
I wonder if his car will still. It might not be 100% the course. It could still be carrying a bit of steering damage.
No, but points mean prizes, don't they? And
Sure.
with 12 minutes to go, there's nothing to say all the TCRs in front of him are going to finish.
No, and I thoroughly approve of people coming in to finish races. I always try and finish races.
Yeah, I must admit I'm the same. Yeah, me and Pete have raced together for too many years, and whatever damage we've got, we will carry on till the end.
Yeah.
I think we've gained many points in many leagues by doing that.
Me too, Clive. I've got my little trophies are all because I've won things.
Yeah.
I've never even seen the front of a race in a whole series. You know,
Exactly.
never even seen the front of a race. You know how I drive, and yeah, but I've still won.
So
Astonishing.
we've got Matt Elmore putting Martin Brennan under a lot of pressure. We've got Stephen Walker putting Spencer McCarthy under a lot of pressure.
Martin's driving really, really well. I just hope he doesn't try too hard and find himself out of his depth with Matt here.
Yeah, we did have the Trendle Wilson battle in GT4, but Simon has pulled away now. And Russell Cowell is catching both of these.
Is he? Oh, there you go. Well done for Russell.
This is going to be a 3, maybe 4-way battle for second position, because Gary Craig's not too far behind either. See them all in the same shot there.
Yes, they must be closing up.
Stephen needs to get this done, otherwise he's going to be attacking and defending. Russell Cowell has certainly got some pace tonight. In fact, has he got the fastest lap? I'm making that up as I go on. He's done a 25.22, which I believe...
Pretty handy.
no, sorry, Sam Belize has got the fastest lap with a 25.08, but Yeah, Russell Cowell has got the second fastest lap.
Look at that, there's half a dozen of them in 25, all of them in all of them in half a second, to be honest.
Yeah, Mark Draper's saying he thinks we need to make wobbly race with only 3 wheels to make it fair. He's never going to win anything, mate. He's a rage quitter. Oh no, all my screens have gone black again. Oops. Oh, it's sort of coming back.
All right.
All sorts of flashy screens going on at the moment. Right.
Watch my stream, Ty. You will see the blast from Steven Spencer.
Yeah, I can't see anything at the moment, mate. I've got screens flashing.
Ooh. Oh, that's a wicked corner. He outbraked him. My word. That was eerie. Exciting. And Martin's still staving off Matt here. As long as he keeps it safe and keeps him on the road, and then this is great. I want him to fight, but I just don't want him to lose and crash the car. I almost didn't watch it, honestly. I'm sort of watching Martin with one eye. Do you think that reduces his risk? Well, Spencer and Stephen, they're all closing up now. Where's Gary? Is Gary closing up as well? And Gary seems to have dropped back here. But these three are getting right tight. There's some more to catch them up. Second, third and fourth, and they're fighting hard. I think Shireen's very comfortable in the front of this, and he's not going anywhere. He shouldn't be making any mistakes. He's not under any pressure. He can drive with himself, make his lines nice and comfortable. These three are battling hard. This could go anyway.
Apologies, guys. My PC has had a fit. I'm busily trying to reload.
Well, Stephen was my shout. He was.
I think you shouted for about 12 of them, to be honest.
No, Mr. Needham,
basis.
Mr. Walker. I've got it written down. Wrote it down, Clive.
Yeah, I'm not having any of that.
They're put on a great show for us here. This is as tight as you'd like, isn't it, really?
Yes. Yeah, I'm almost back in.
Mr. Brennan's in front of Pete. Was he in front before? Oh, Mr. Elmore's got past him. Yes, it's Matt's gone by. That doesn't surprise me. But I'm glad that I thought he'd probably just have the pace of Martin, but not by much. And Martin's doing great laps in the middle of 125s. This is great driving by him. That's but yeah, that's fantastic. He's having a good night tonight. I think it's all that vitamin D while he's been away.
Yeah, so I'm still loading into iRacing, but I'm watching the stream, and I can see that the gap is down in a TCR lead to 7.5 seconds, but we've only got about 4 minutes to go. So come on, Shane, keep it clean.
Yeah, I think Shane's had this in the bag for a while, I think, really. Well, in his hands, isn't it? It's in his hands.
Yeah, it seems to lose, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think
This could still.
I'm sure Shane will correct me if needed, but I have a feeling this could be his first win.
Really? Oh. Well, if it is, it's a really very worthy one because it's got the pace of these chaps. They've tried, they can't catch him up.
No, obviously a bit of luck a little way into the race, but as I always say, you've got to be in the right place at the right time to take advantage of that luck.
Certainly the chaps have had time to catch him up, haven't they? They've had time in the race to actually close the gap if they could. Of course, they've been busily nibbling at each other all that while, which is great for us. Not so great for them, really, I suppose.
The gap is now down to 6.5 seconds, but I have a feeling that's more Shane driving at 95% rather than 100%.
Yes, but he needs to not be easing off too much. We know that can lead to disaster.
It certainly can, yes. Seen that too many times. Barely brushing that wall there.
Oh, it's yeah. I do like it when they got this cut it out and we came here. It was I couldn't believe it. It's Belle all over again.
Yeah, I think I remember. Sam will probably remember this racing V8s round here when it was still a tech track, and there was like lots of wireframe buildings and things like that.
That was exciting. Hello. Flashing his lights, showing up because he remembered the button. I never can.
No, I usually go to flash me lights at somebody and put the pit limiter on.
Yeah, and blow my engine up. Been there and done that one.
I think we're two drivers out of the same pod, Alan.
Oh dear. Yes, sadly it's not the same pod that these chaps have come out of.
No, it's not, is it? It's a bit unfair. So this is the battle. Where is... I'd love to see a view out of the back of Spencer's car to see where Russell is, because I'm sure he's in this battle.
Yeah, he's there now. He was... he closed the gap quite comfortably. Gary's dropped back a little bit, hasn't he? So, the Princess has done the Pie Man again. Hasn't Linda beat him last week as well?
There's something weird going on there, isn't there?
It's interesting because Carl's driving well.
So, I think we're going to get one more lap. I think Wobbly's just going to get across the line to start another lap. He's got 15 seconds to get there.
Even that's not the smoothest you've ever seen anybody go around there, is it? It's a tough old corner, that is.
Yeah, there we go. This is the final lap.
Head down, lads, and go for it. Mr. Knob. That car doesn't look fantastic. Goodness me. That looks mean and purposeful, that does. I can't believe we managed to drive one of those around the Nürburgring for 24 hours. I had four stints without killing myself or anybody else. Can you believe it? These are going right to the end, aren't they? Look at this. This is going
Yeah.
right to the end. This is. These are. They're
Mark
not
is-
giving. Oh, look at this! Come on.
Mark is wondering if fuel might be an issue, and I think he might have hit the nail on the head there.
Oh
Stephen
no!
Walker is either out of fuel or he's got a massive slowdown, and I think it's fuel.
Oh, Stephen. Not according to plan.
Although he's not listening to his car, and it doesn't sound out of fuel. But anyway, Wobbly Kneecaps is about to take the GT4 win.
Yeah, fantastic driving. He wasn't upset by this circuit, was he?
What I think Lucky Walker might be out of fuel, you know, or as Mark's saying, he might just be saving so he can get to the line. This is Shane Powell. He's
cruising home.
Just under half a lap. Or is Gary Craig going to catch Stephen Walker?
He will be able to get by him, even if you caught him.
I think he will. I don't think Stephen's got the fuel to play. Shane Powell brings home the win in TCR. Rob Ben's getting a push from Matt Flannery.
Oh, goodness me.
Is Gary Craig going to get Stephen Walker? I don't think so. No, he's not.
Oh, well, guys, what a race. Pushed home. Oh, crawling over the line, whatever, whichever way, upside, downside. Getting over the line, fantastic.
Well, how do we? What do we say about that? It had everything, didn't it? From before the green flag to right up to the green flag. Wow, yeah. I don't know what else to say, Alan. To be honest,
fantastic. Oh, just a fantastic race from the get-go. Another absolutely sparkling drive, another sparkling race by these guys. You know, you give them a tracker, you give them these cars, and they get out there and they go for it. And they certainly were going for it earlier on with a little bit of carnage, a bit of wing mirror damage, and the occasional dint. But in the end, it was just non-stopped all the way through. People settled down, got into their battles, and yeah, brilliant, absolutely brilliant race.
Well, I think the occasional dint might be the understatement of the season. I did see a few cars with a bit more than a dint on them.
Oh, you know, I'm a big fan of these tracks.
So yeah, you know, absolutely, just absolutely fantastic. Anyway, let's bring you your official results. So Wobbly Kneecaps takes away the win in the GT4 class for BSTV Esports Pink. Simon Trendle finally trumped his teammate for Team Chimera in second, with Jamie Wilson in third. Yaz Samai came home in fourth, with Dan Blake in fifth. Kylie Haddington in sixth, Chris Needham seventh. Rob Venn pushed home in eighth, with Stefan Goebel in ninth and Rick Hedgehog in 10th. over to the TCR class, and I believe Shane Powell, first-time winner for Spectre 6 Hyundai. Spencer McCarthy in second for Alpine Stars Geodesic Racing White. Russell Cowell, another fantastic finish for Spectre 6. For Spectre 6 Hyundai in third. Stephen Walker, very low on fuel at the end there, in fourth. Gary Craig in fifth. Matt Elmore sixth, with Martin Brennan in seventh. Pete Bingham eighth. Carl Hardy ninth. David Ayres 10th. Ollie Ricks 11th. Matt Flannery in 12th. Sam Blees in 13th. And Andy Litzler in 14th. So, without further ado, let's bring in our GT4 winner, Wobbly Kneecaps. Welcome to the booth.
Hey, cheers, guys. Hello.
After the chaos at the start that you probably haven't really seen yet, but it's on the replay now. A bit of a stroll in the park for you. I suppose the Jamie Wilson Simon Trendle battle helped you pull away, but we didn't really see you in too much strife in that race.
No, I knew I had good pace on the track, but yeah, I was kind of surprised that I was this much faster than especially Simon. So I don't know, maybe he had a lack of practice or something. But yeah, at the end, I especially the second stint, I was just cruising around, and to be quite frank, I did got a bit bored, and I tried to help out Gary a bit, and well, I had a good laugh this score.
Did you, obviously, we wasn't watching you too much because you were so far ahead. Did you have any code browns in that race, or was it as easy as it looked?
I had none, to be fair. I mean, I had such a gap that I could just go around on like 80% the whole time. So I was not really pushing it. Just about one lap, I wanted to have the fastest lap, and I had zero incidents. I'd never scraped the wall once. It was, yeah, it was a good run.
Excellent. And not quite as tricky as this track, but Barber next time out, how do you go around there?
Yeah, I don't know. I have to practice it still because I have a GT3 League as well on that. So I never driven it, never bought it, so I have to learn that.
Okay, well that might pluck some interest for the other GT4 drivers. Anyway, as usual, we've got a lot of interviews to get through. So any shout outs before we let you go?
Yeah, shout out to you guys for setting up the broadcast. Sam, I hope you're feeling better with the COVID thing. Ellen, for being Ellen. And you, not you, I'm not gonna thank you. I'm gonna thank myself because I did an awesome job. To the guys in Discord, and one friend of mine has been watching like a couple of months in a row now, and she's been real nice about it, so thank her as well.
Excellent, and obviously thanks to you, Wobbly, for hosting this race.
Yeah, you're welcome, mate.
Congratulations on another win, and we'll catch you next time out.
Well
mate,
done.
Thanks.
Very well done.
Thanks.
Okay, so I've got to bring him in. TCR winner Shane Powell, welcome to the booth.
Good evening.
Before we let you go, any shout outs you want to give? Oh, that got him straight away.
Yeah, I had no idea what was going on then. I've never been here before. It's like being in a foreign country.
Oh, I'm setting up rockets for you, Shane, don't worry. Whoosh, whoosh. There.
First win in the series?
Only win ever as well. Like
Only
I'm not.
win ever. Oh,
I won't be
Oh,
getting another one. There was a lot of
even
fortune on my side.
sweeter.
Oh, my word.
Fortune favours the brave, mate. I always say it. I've said it in this broadcast. I probably say it in every broadcast. When things go wrong, you have to be in the right place at the right time to take advantage of it, and you certainly did that tonight.
Yeah, finding that gap on the right-hand side, going onto the back straight, that's what basically won it. Everyone else sort of piled into the crash, and I managed to find a little gap. So.
And let's say, I don't know, after the pit stops, how did you have one eyeball on the racetrack and one on your relative screen?
I pretty much had both eyes on my relative for the entire race, if I'm honest. It's like,
Yeah,
I was waiting for it to happen and waiting and waiting, and I know I'm slow in the pit window. I'm always slow.
Well,
And I saw the gap drop, and
there was a fantastic battle between Spencer and Stephen, and we could see the gap came down slightly, and then when they started battling, the gap started creeping back up again, and I think possibly without saying it out loud, I think both myself, Alan, and Sam, in the back of our minds, were going, "Hang on a minute, he's got this. As long as he doesn't make a mistake, he's got this."
Yeah, I kind of had the same thing going through my head, but I was just waiting for the mistake to happen. It was going to happen. I'm waiting for it.
But it didn't, did it? I'm looking at the official results, and you got 0 incidents around Long Beach.
Oh, goodness me.
Yeah, it was the first time with that Veloster where the tyres just kind of felt like they were working for the whole race. Normally they give up halfway through.
Yeah, they'll all want to be swapping cars now, mate. Don't you worry.
I do love that car. I love how it drives. I love how it feels. I just wish the tyres kind of either worked a little bit better. Would be nice.
Yeah, well, to be fair, you're the only one that stuck with it. But yeah, describe that race, from your vantage point. At what point in the race did you think, hang on a minute, I could win this?
I'd say after the pit window, obviously Spencer closed the gap up quite a bit from what it was before I pit. As soon as that started creeping back again and I saw that him and Stephen were battling, I kind of thought, if I just keep it on the track. And thankfully I had my own little gap. I wasn't too close to any sort of lap cars or whatever in front of me, and I didn't have any come up behind, so I was just free to just go around at my own pace. But
well, you can't ask for more than that. Absolutely brilliant. Any shout outs you want to give after your first series win and first ever win?
Yeah, my teammates for putting up with me moaning week after week about this bloody car.
Yeah, I must admit, I agree with that.
Monday, I rage quit out of the practice session because I couldn't even do a lap. I couldn't even get round the track on Monday. So yeah, definitely to them. Commiserations to Ross, who he had crazy pace around here this week, but it just didn't work for him with whatever happened at the start. But yeah, so yeah, my teammates and my missus, who's currently watching the stream.
Excellent. What's your missus' name?
Amoret,
big shout out to Amoret. Make sure you give him lots of big hugs and kisses after his first win, and be prepared for him to talk about it for the next 6 months. Anyway, Shane, thanks for joining us in the booth. Congratulations, and I do mean that because I know this has been coming for a long time. Congratulations on that win, and we'll see you next time out.
Thank you very much, guys.
Fantastic drive.
Cheers.
Okay, next up, let's bring in third place GT4 driver Jamie Wilson. Welcome to the booth.
Evening.
We thought you had him.
So did I.
That was right up till, I don't know, probably about 5 minutes to go, 10 minutes to go. That was an absolutely awesome battle between two teammates.
Yeah, I know you've given me some stick in the past for like the perception of me not racing him, and so I thought, nah, not going to do that again. So yeah, but yeah, at the end, I don't know if you figured it out from a replay or something, but I was absolutely all fingers and thumbs going into the hairpin on one particular lap. I double shifted. That was the issue.
Okay, yeah, it was probably around the time that my computer decided to have a fit and I had to reboot everything. But I'll see if Sam caught it on the stream. But you were so much closer to your teammate round here. Was that genuine pace? Was that you had loads of practice? He didn't.
No, he's he was just struggling a bit this week. But to be fair, we both were. The Aston, I don't know if it's an Aston specific thing, but the way that the track kind of interacts with the ABS and also the traction control, to be fair, kind of you end up braking into turn 1, for example, and the ABS just kind of overreacts if it hits a bump while you're braking in a certain way, and that was just catching both of us out constantly the whole time. It wasn't really an issue with like Sebring, which you'd think would be comparable, but yeah, just something about the way the car's systems handle braking zones that are as bumpy as they are here. It just didn't play ball. So, and in GT4 cars, it's built into the car. The systems are not there as a crutch; they're there to be lent on as the fundamental part of the driving. Weight, just the way it drives, basically. So. When it's sort of misbehaving like it did here, then it just kind of makes the car a bit inconsistent, and that's what we were both struggling with. But I did an IndyCar race around here the other week, which obviously is very different, but at the same time I was sort of refamiliarised with the track already, so that helped.
Well, I'm sure it'll come before the end of the season.
I hope so.
We may have to send him some plutonium through the post or something to make it happen, but we'll do all we can to help out. Any shout outs you want to give before we let you go?
Yep, thanks to Simon for not quite fully engaging smug modes just yet.
He will.
He will, yeah. Thanks to you guys as always for putting it on. Thanks to the traffic, it was all fine. Testament to the rest of the field that on a track like this, where you'd think it'd be super difficult, a lot of them were absolutely fine and doing the right thing all the time.
Didn't all manage to get around the pace lap though.
Oh no, not within class, but I mean when that all bets are off there. I don't think any of them got a clue what they're doing. But in terms of traffic with us, then all of them were fine.
Excellent. Well, always a pleasure. Congratulations on your third place podium finish, Jamie Wilson.
Cheers, guys.
That's right, Jamie.
Okay, who have we got next? Let's bring in our second place TCR driver, Spencer McCarthy. Welcome to the booth.
Hello. How you doing?
Hello, not too bad. That race had a bit of everything.
It did. It had a lot of me sweating. Not that you could see it on stream, obviously. I haven't got a webcam set up that you can. To be honest, I would have hated it if you could see me on this race.
I recorded it. Don't worry.
Yeah, the image is already in my head, and that's enough.
I was very much looking in my mirrors the whole way around, as you could tell. I mean, I didn't have the pace on Steve, and he got me in the end, obviously, but I tried everything to keep him behind me, obviously, and it failed in the end, but it was a valiant effort, I think. Hopefully we didn't go too far with it, and he wasn't too frustrated, but you're always going to be when you're the car chasing, aren't you?
Yeah, and again, it's the nature of a track like this, and the old adage of catching is one thing, passing is another. Seems to be accentuated on this track, but because it is a track that's difficult to overtake on. I think we said at the start of the broadcast, an overtake round here, you've got to really work at it, set drivers up laps beforehand, corners beforehand, or worst case scenario, send it and hope they see you.
Absolutely, and I think the best chance Steve got was into that last little complex, and he just about got an overlap, and I thought, well, I'm not going to defend. I could have defended, but it was one of those things that it's always going to be tight going through the next corner, and I just then pushed it a bit too quick in there because I knew he was going to try and dive up that side, because he was edging at trying to go around the outside, round the penultimate corner to then get the inside for the hairpin, but the inside for the hairpin's just, you can't do it. The lock isn't tight, tight enough on the cars, so it was a real. I kind of just, as long as I got the exit on that hairpin right, I wasn't being too worried into the first corner, and then he couldn't have got me anywhere else. So it was, it was tricky, and obviously, unfortunately for him, he ran out of fuel So
Yeah, and you know, cards on the table. I've got the truth stick out.
yeah.
When he was struggling with fuel, was you deeply saddened, or did you giggle?
Well, didn't really hit him up the back, but no, I didn't giggle. No, I thought it was a little bit harsh. He'd done so well to get where he was, and I just, to be honest, when Wobbly was catching us and he said, "Oh no, I'm going to push and make the extra lap happen," and I'm like, "Well, I know I've got enough, for, to finish if we do go an extra one." And then when I saw him slow down straight away, I was like, yeah, he hasn't, and I felt a bit saddened for him, to be honest.
Yeah.
Wobbly crossed the line with literally seconds to spare. So yeah. Well, you know, it was a great drive anyway. Any shout outs you want to give before we let you go?
Shout out to Shane. I mean, legend. I mean, it's not his first one, is it, or is it?
It certainly is. Apparently, it's his first win ever.
I mean, that
not
is amazing.
just in the series.
Yeah, he drove really well at a track like this, where you could very easily make a very tiny mistake to end your race, and hit a wall. And yeah, he just kept it clean, kept his head down, and I couldn't catch him. You know, I know I was defending, but I didn't have the pace to catch him, and he just sort of got stuck in and finished it off well. So yeah, hats off to him, really.
Excellent. It's always nice to hear drivers praising other drivers. So I say congratulations on your second place, and we look forward to seeing you next time out.
Cheers, guys. Yeah, thanks a lot.
Cheers. Okay, let's bring in third place TCR driver Russell Cowell. Welcome to the booth.
Afternoon.
Right, so now I get to use my favourite word. You got caught up in that kerfuffle at the start.
Yeah, no comment. No, it's one of them, innit? It's going to happen. It's this track. It happened last night in the officials. It was going to happen tonight. I sat there patiently waiting for people to come through, but everyone was like, yeah, I'm going through. So I kind of went, oh, well, maybe I should have just put my foot down and done what everyone else did, but I'm glad I didn't, especially when I saw Carl facing me. I think it was Carl that was facing me at one point.
Yeah.
I had a bit of a brown pants moment. I was like, oh, I'm going in the wrong gear and everything. I was putting it in third instead of reverse. I was like, what am I doing? So I got myself together and just cracked on.
Well, to be honest, mate, you had absolutely fantastic pace, as that eventual third place finish showed. So possibly a race of what could have been.
I don't even want to think about that, to be honest. I think me and Shane, I still think Shane would have won it, because all week I've been saying that car and Shane around here, he's very well suited for this track. And that car seemed to be a bit of a hidden gem around here, if you can hook it up, and he managed to hook it up brilliantly. So I think I might have been a little bit further up, but again, being where I was, I managed to avoid the big incident that happened with Spencer and all the GTs and Sam.
Yeah.
Then what? So
yeah, ultimately still a fantastic finish for you, and a brilliant recovery drive.
Yeah, I'm sweating now, and I think I need another shower.
No, there's another one. Stop saying things like that, because then I picture it in my head and it's horrible.
You love that picture, especially with me saying we're racing.
Yeah, I must admit I've had the broadcast muted, so I don't know if Sam managed to get that in somewhere. I hope
he will have done. Let's be honest, he will have done. It's become a meme sensation now, isn't it? So
I would have thought so. Yeah, I think we can probably sell that somewhere.
I'm going to say I'll be cashing in them loyalties at some point, so just keep that in mind. For you, yeah.
Well,
it's not
like
in
I
the
said,
broadcast yet, so
Make sure it's in there.
yeah, I'm sure it might even make the poop cast as well. But anyway, I say fantastic result for you. Could have been better, but you still got to be happy with a podium place. Any shout outs you want to give before we let you go?
Yeah, again, you guys, Shane for a brilliant run, my teammates for pushing. Like they were all saying this week that I was going to get a podium. They said I should win it if Sam binned it. He did, and I still didn't win it. So, but yeah, my teammates for pushing me each week, and everyone that races. To be honest, it's other than a few mad moments, it's very clean, it's quick, it's good to race with the guys.
Excellent. Well, always great to hear, and we'll see you next time out at Barber.
See you later.
Simon, please wait me. We're
Okay, Alan, time to throw you into the fray.
Oh,
Let's bring in Stephen Unlucky Walker.
oh, poor Stephen. Hold on, he's been unlucky as well now in the booth. Just let me just address this whiskey a moment. Stephen, you were my pick. You were my pick. Yes, yes.
I pick as well.
Oh dear, what a night tonight was. Did you enjoy yourself?
Yeah, I always enjoy the racing. I feel slightly frustrated just in the fact that I felt I had the second best pace behind Sam. So had what happened not happened, like at the start when we had the incidents with the GT4s, like he would have won the race without question. I wouldn't have been able to keep him behind me. That car plus him is just too quickly, but I felt like I could get a solid second place. And then obviously what happened. I was like, we'll see how it pans out throughout the race, and I managed to get past Gary. I think he gave me a bit of a helping hand as well, so I appreciate that. Otherwise it was going to be tough to pass. It's tough to pass here anyway. And then I just couldn't get past Spencer, and I've tried to do something in the pits with fuel and just cost myself the 2 positions at the end of the race when I crossed the line with 2 laps to go and I had 1.5 laps worth of fuel left, and I was like, no.
No. Yes, people called it Stephen, but it was a bit gutting. I was gutted for you, mate. I really was.
Yeah, if we'd been lapped by the GT4s, which I thought we were going to be, then I would have been fine, but obviously we weren't, so it just worked out, like you say, unlucky.
Yes, yeah, it was, yeah, but it was a fantastic race. For us sitting here, it's had a bit of everything. You're part of something that's really great for the spectators. It's a great league to watch. So much skill on display every week, and I love to watch you guys race. It's fab.
Yeah, I really enjoy it. It's great. That's obviously why we keep turning up, because we all race well together. So. Racing Spencer's tough enough at the best of times, but around here it was even tougher. Like I just couldn't get past him.
He's quick, isn't he? He's quick, and his car's in the way.
He knows how to defend like really well. Which I learned more I race with him and everyone else is the more you learn, and so you just pick it up. So all I can thanks them to making me go a bit quicker or driving me on to go quicker, because it's tough to race them.
I know the drivers in this league help each other out. They're always talking to each other and making suggestions. It's part of the ethos of the place, and it's a lovely thing to see from the outside. It is.
Yeah, definitely agree. It's great to be a part of. I really enjoy racing here with everyone, and obviously with them watching the broadcast backs and the little banter and everything. It's really good. It's good fun.
I'm supposed to say what I'm supposed to say. Have you got any shout outs?
Yeah, obviously you guys for hosting it, putting it on, and Shane for getting his first well-deserved win. He absolutely had the pace around here, stayed out of trouble. That's what you need to do, and got his first win. Proud of him. Russ on the podium as well. He had the pace around here, and then Spencer for giving me a properly good race, and everyone really. It's just great fun. Thank you.
Yes. Yeah, no, thank you very much as well. That was it's great to watch you every week, and can't tell you how much you enjoy it. Thanks, matey.
That's all right. Glad we can help.
Okay, so Stephen Walker there. So next up, let's bring in Dan Blake. Welcome to the booth.
Hello, Clyde.
Hello. So here's my quick summary on Dan Blake over 2 weeks. Lightning quick round Summit Point. Not so lightning quick round Long Beach.
No, I've not raced this circuit much at all. Sort of a new one, and sort of got a bit delayed at the start. I'm not sure what happened really. I was sort of on the inside going into the hairpin, and I think Kylie was on my outside and sort of came in towards me mid-corner, and we just sort of met in the middle. And then sort of on lap 6, I had to put on the brakes very quickly. Chris Needham was across the track going onto the back straight. I just about missed him, and then all the TCRs came piling in behind, and it's sort of, as I say, not really a track I'm very fond of, shall we say, but managed to keep the car somehow in one piece and take a 5th place. So happy with the result, but sort of, yeah, as you say, definitely not my most comfortable night of racing.
Yeah, I say I was going to finish that comment off with, but ultimately, 5th place, you must be happy with that, on a track that, like you say, you've not raced a lot, you had your fair share of incidents, but yes, the result is still going to show you in 5th.
I know, it's funny how things go. Like last week, I had a much better sort of display, and I was 6th. I finished better this week than last week.
Weird how it works out sometimes. Next time out, we're at Barber. What sort of experience have you got around there?
A little bit. I do some sort of more practice and sort of get up to grips. But yeah, I have actually done some racing around Barber, so that's always a positive start.
So hopefully we'll no, if you do well next week, you'll probably come 7th.
Yeah.
But again, I'm going to ask you the question again, because I always like to talk to new drivers in the league. How are you finding the league? How are you finding the other drivers?
Yeah, it's fine. As I say, a good bunch of people behind the scenes or sort of on the track as well, and it's going really well, to be honest. I think Long Beach is always going to be sort of a challenge, especially sort of at the start with sort of the way the hairpin is and sort of just the intricacies of the circuit. Really, it's a very tricky circuit, and as you see, there's lots of people got it wrong today, and sort of I think it was sort of one of those sort of freak races where it almost sort of like a Monaco 96, anyone could have won that race pretty much.
Yeah, I certainly agree with that. Any shout outs you want to give before we let you go?
Just a quick shout out to all the drivers for doing as well as they could. Obviously yourselves in the commentary box, my team Fury Simsport, and I think that's about it really. So yeah, thank you very much.
Excellent. Well, congratulations on your 5th place, and we look forward to seeing you next time out at Barber.
Yeah, hopefully Barber will be a lot better, and I'll see you next week.
Yeah,
Okie dokie. Thank you, Dan. Okay, last but not least, it's the ex-commentator, ex-expert. It's Yaz, not Yaz. Welcome to the booth.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Could I just mention that I think your wife drove very well tonight for her 4th place.
She did do well, eh? She did very well. You know what they call me, the champion killer, eh? Chris Needham didn't stand a chance there.
Yeah. There's a nasty rumour going around that somebody paid you to come into the series just to take him out.
Well, I didn't even touch him. He went out by himself. I think it was just my presence behind him for a couple of laps, and then he just decided nope, he can't handle it anymore.
You must have scared him off the track. But how did you find your return? And bit of a strange track to make a return.
I saw the schedule and I saw Long Beach, and I love Long Beach, so I thought let me see if I can get a guest appearance in here at this one. I figured if I was going to not embarrass myself, this would probably be the best bet. Sorry, Sam, I know you wanted to make fun of me, and I didn't give you much. Ammo there.
Well, apart from Stefan Goebel, you did have the most incident points.
I did, but I can safely say none of that was my own fault.
Yeah, you were still there, so
I was there. Yeah, there was the incident in turn 1. I think someone got together with Rob Vin, and he just sprawled himself across the track. Normal turn 1 things at Long Beach, and then I just clipped Chris Needham as he was spinning off. To get that 8x, 2 4x's there, so I nearly made it through, but just got a little bit of a touch there. But it was still fun, though. It was nice racing again with these guys after watching them for so long and talking about them for so long. But yeah, those guys at the front are super quick. We've seen it all the time. We've spoken about it so much, but there's just no catching them. They're in a different league.
And just clear something up for me. Is it Ramadama Ding Dong again?
Yes, it is, eh?
It
Your favorite time
is.
of year, eh?
Yeah,
Your favorite time of year,
so you will be disconnecting to go and put on 6 stone?
No, actually, we stopped fasting about 3 hours ago, just a little bit after 6 our time. So,
Okay.
so it's been a while. I mean, I'm fully fed and feeling good. So that's all.
Fully
Yes.
fed. You can
Right.
imagine the mountain of food it takes for Yaz to be fully fed.
Why have you retired from the booth and left me in this precarious position?
I was never going to be able to fill your shoes. People were mentioning your name coming in, and I thought, oh no, this this is going to be embarrassing.
Yes, I used to love listening to you and your wisdom.
We sacked him, Alan, to get you in.
Yeah. There was not enough room for all of us. They needed to make space. No, it was just time. In last season, it was just a bit of a struggle to get into everyone, and I thought, no, I don't want to. I don't want to commit to another season if I have to drop the guys every second week.
Yes. That's what we'd expect from you, but you missed,
Yeah, well, maybe I should make a guest appearance in the booth. I don't know. It's either a guest appearance in the booth or a guest appearance on the track.
Fantastic.
Well, after your 4th place tonight, mate, I would make some more guest appearances on track and prove to us that it wasn't a fluke.
Yeah, I've eyed out the schedule, and I think probably the next one could be at Interlagos. I think that's in about 3 or 4 weeks' time.
Yeah, that's right near the end. Yeah. That is, yeah.
Yeah, so
I
think that might be one that I might jump into, and then and I said I might be able to do 3. I think it's the last one. Where's the last one?
Somewhere very easy, I think. I can't remember off the top of me. I know Knock Hill somewhere near the end, but
no, it wouldn't have been Knock Hill. I think it was something.
But anyway, it was,
yeah. So it could be another 1 or 2 appearances for me for the season. I'll see how it goes. If time allows, I might jump into some more. But I know I've identified that Interlagos one, and there was another one at the end of the season, and I thought I might just make that. So you'll see a bit of me.
Okay, well, we know you haven't got any mates, so is there any made-up people that you want to give a shout out to before we let you
go? Well, you are made up, so thanks for letting me in here. Sam is very quiet with his. Is he claiming to be sick again?
Yeah, you know what he's like. Yeah.
If every couple of weeks it is. Just for allowing me in. It was fun, and to the guys that were racing, and thanks for crashing behind me and not causing me too much pressure in the race.
Excellent. Well, we look forward to your next guest appearance on track. Thank you very much, Yaz, not Yaz.
Cheers, man. Bye.
Good night, matey.
Right, Alan, it's that time of the evening where I put you on the spot and ask you for your GT4 driver of the meeting.
I think I need a quick slurp. Hold on. Now, GT4. This is so hard. Wobbly was a walkaway winner. He was, but Jamie Wilson put up such a fight, and I'm supporting Jamie tonight for that. So Jamie's got my vote for that.
Jamie in GT4. What about your TCR driver?
Oh, crikey! What a nightmare this is. It's a nightmare.
It's the only pressure you get all night in the commentary booth.
Look at it. Oh, crikey. So I thought it was going to be Martin Brennan all evening because I wanted to choose Martin, and he was driving the wheels off his car, and he'd come back, and he with his tan power, he was scything through the field, and I was so chuffed for him. But, Shane Powell, his first ever win. Oh, and what a drive as well to hold everybody off and keep it together and just hold his nerve all the way. I've got to give it to Shane.
Okay, a vote for Shane as well. So 2-minute warning to Sam that we're going to be asking him shortly, and to try and get his voice back. So for me, I honestly, it pains me to say this, but in GT4, I can't look any further than Mr. Yaz Samai. I just thought it was a great drive from him, and a fourth. Yaz, even by his own admissions, he's not the quickest driver in the world, but in that sort of company, to get a fourth place, especially when you haven't raced all season, GT4 vote is going to go to Yaz. Now, we know I never pick winners as my driver of the evening, but I'm going to be different this week. I totally agree with Alan. There is no way that you can look past Shane Powell. I thought it was exceptional that he got his first win in the series. It became even more exceptional when he told us it was his first win ever. So I am going to break all of my rules, and I am also going to give my TCR driver of the evening to Shane Powell. Sam, your GT4 driver of the evening, please.
You really have no words, so picking a winner is a shame. But
I know, I feel the shame already, mate, but I'm going to live with it this week.
yeah, GT4, I'm gonna pick Wobbly. He drove away with it, so no competition.
Oh no, who's picking the winners, huh?
I've always picked winners. I've not committed to any bullshit rules.
Nice one, Sam.
And I'm gonna go with another winner. I think Shane deserved this one. So
Yeah,
congrats, Shane. Nice win.
I am not surprised. I think we could have had 17 commentators in the booth tonight, and they all would have picked Shane as their TCR driver of the evening. Right, so what have we got coming up for you on BSTV Esports? No, BSTV in the next. I have no idea what's going on. My computer's going all wibbly wobbly again. Anyway, I know for a fact that we are back on Saturday with the Simability V8 ESC. I have absolutely no idea where it's from because I can't see anything on that screen anymore. It's from Lime Rock Park, Sam tells us. So that's going to be... I can remember a Lime Rock Park race in the V8 round there before, and it was absolutely fantastic. So, again, another absolutely brilliant bunch of drivers, loads of skill on show, and the mighty V8 going round Lime Rock. That's going to be fantastic. Then next Wednesday, we're back in action in this series with round 6 from Barber Motorsports Park. I'm gonna do the commentator's curse a week early. Pete Bingham loves that track, so watch out for Pete taking away his first win. So now that's never going to happen, so we haven't got to worry about it. Anyway,
buy him a new frock.
Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed watching that live, and I hope all of you that watched it back enjoyed it. Shame about the kerfuffle at the start, but ultimately it gave us a brand new winner in TCR, and well deserved. So big thanks to all the drivers for taking part and putting on this fantastic show every week. Big thanks to everybody on the chat, and also everybody that watches this broadcast. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up. It really makes absolutely no difference whatsoever. I just like saying it. Make sure you subscribe to us on YouTube. That does make a difference because then you won't miss any more races. Make sure you follow us on Facebook and get all the latest information of what's going on in the league. Big thanks as usual to Sir Alan for his expert analysis in the booth. And
how do you say that with a straight face?
I haven't got a straight face, mate. Honestly, I am wetting myself inside. Big thanks also to Samuel Tarley, boozing even, for getting off of his COVID deathbed and putting on this broadcast for us. I shall say goodnight, let the guys say goodnight, and then we'll close the broadcast. So good night, everybody. Thanks for watching and stay safe.
Good night, folks. It's been a pleasure. Thanks very much.
And good night, everybody.